case, how is it possible for them to do that original sin in the first place? Either they already had knowledge of good and evil, they already had Mechira free will and were able to sin, that's where they could do that sin, or else they couldn't have done it. So what's going on? It seems like it seems impossible to understand what happened in terms of some very real change having come about because they ate from the tree. Because the fact that they ate from the tree was already a sin. The fact that they ate from the tree shows that they already had free will. So if they had free will to eat from the tree, they already had free will. So it was the whole point of not eating from the tree of knowledge. So they shouldn't come to have free will. They shouldn't lose their innocence. They shouldn't be yoidei toivara. They shouldn't have the knowledge of good and evil. It appears that they already had the knowledge of good and evil because apparently they were capable of sinning because they sinned. They sinned by eating from the tree. So the result says about that let's understand the whole thing. So what was the divine plan originally? Now, HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded Adam HaRishon that he not eat from the tree. Not eat from the tree, they ate Sadath. So, now, if he wouldn't have eaten from the tree, he would have lived forever. So what would have happened? I mean, all the generations wouldn't have come out, and there wouldn't be Klal Yisrael, and there wouldn't be a Torah. Like, what was supposed to happen? I mean, the way we understand the world, the whole tachlis of the world, like Chazal say, it says, Bereshis, B'shvil HaTorah she'nikareshis, that the whole world was created, Bereshis, the whole world was created, B'shvil HaTorah she'nikareshis, for the sake of the Torah, which is called Reshis, the first thing, or B'shvil Yisrael she'nikareshis, for the sake of Yisrael, who are called Reshis. Chazal say that when it comes to the 6th day, Friday, it says Yom Hashishi, not Yom Shishi. Yom Hashishi meaning that 6th day, the 6th day of Sivan Shavuos, when the Torah was given, so that the whole world was created for the sake of that 6th day when the Torah was given.
And that's when it was culminated. Yom Shishi Vaychu, I think that's the Josh. It wasn't culminated until that point.
Okay, but that's the culmination, right? So if the whole purpose, as we understand it, is that there should be a Torah, what was supposed that whole ishtalshlus, that whole chain of events which wound up without receiving the Torah was all dependent on Adam HaRishon sinning, seemingly. If Adam HaRishon wouldn't have sinned, what kind of a world would it have been? Would Avraham Avinu have come into existence? Would there be Yidden? Would they go down to Mitzrayim? Would they get the Torah? What was supposed to happen? What was the plan supposed to be if Avraham Avinu wouldn't sin? What was the plan supposed to be? How is everything going to work out? According to our understanding, according to what God wanted as the ultimate purpose, it all depends on the sin. It's all based on what happened because of the sin after the sin. So since God commanded Adam HaRishon not to sin, what was going to happen if he wouldn't have sinned? So how is it going to work out? So the Rizal says that that Chazal say that Adam and Chava were created doi partzufin, that they were connected in some way physically, and she was in some way behind him. So that the idea is that she was connected to him, but she wasn't on the same madrega as he was. She was on the madrega of Acharayim Diktusha. And somehow the Eibishter wanted Adam HaRishon that he should lift her up to his madrega. He should lift her up to his madrega. And the idea is that it says in the Sfarim that all the neshamas were included in Adam HaRishon. All the neshamas were included in Adam HaRishon, so everything was there. Everything was there. And if Adam HaRishon would just have listened to the Eibush, they could easily have lifted up Chava to his madrega, and then everything would have been great. That would have been Tikkun Hashem. That would have been Tikkun Hashem, that everything that's going to be accomplished through all the years of suffering and exile until Mashiach comes will finally be completely accomplished when Mashiach comes. That would have all been accomplished easily without much effort. If Adam HaRishon would just have lifted up Chava to his madrega, then that would have done the whole thing. That would have been Tikkun Hashem. That would have been the complete destruction of the Klippa. That would have been the complete victory of the light over the darkness, the complete victory of good over evil. Now you're going to ask me, how could God make it so easy? So that's what the Rizal says. That was the chet of Adam HaRishon. That God wanted to make it easy. He just wanted to do this thing, whatever he had to do. I don't know, just lift up Chava to your madrega, and you'll be together in this divine communion, and you'll have Tikkun Hashem. Everything will be perfect forever. Everything will be perfect forever, as we believe it will be when Mashiach comes. That's all God wanted. Not a whole big deal. Just do what I say. Just do what I say. But other Rishon said, I'm just going to do this thing, this little thing I'm going to do. That's too easy. That's not a challenge. That's not a challenge. So I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to do it because I don't want to challenge. I want to avoid it. I want to serve God. I want to avoid it. So other Rishon said, I want to challenge. I want to serve God. I want to avoid this. He said, I'm not going to just lift up Chal. In other words, I'm not going to. It's like they say that there's an old Chassidic word that people like to say over a lot, that the Misnagdim want to chase away the darkness with stakes. Chassidim say, turn on a light. So basically, it's kind of like other Rishon wanted to chase away the darkness with stakes. God just wanted to do something easy, just turn on the light. But he said, no, I want to fight with the Klippa. I want to fight against evil. That's interesting. That's challenging. That's beautiful. That I should just pick her up like that so easy. That's what is that, right? That's a small change. I want to fight against the Klippa. So therefore, other Rishon said, I'm going to eat from the tree, which is the Klippa. I'm going to eat from the tree, which represents evil. I'm going to take it into myself, and I'm going to defeat it. I'm going to fight against the Klippa. I'm going to conquer it. I'm going to defeat it. I'm going to defeat it. And that other Rishon found that more challenging and meaningful than just heeding the divine word and uplifting Chava to his madrega, to his love. So that's what he did. He ate from the tree. At that moment, before he ate from the tree, he had no capacity for doing evil. He had no capacity for doing evil. He wasn't trying to do evil. He was trying to do good. He was trying to massacre the world. He just wanted to massacre the world in a better way, what seemed to him like a better way, a more challenging way. The chet is given as other Rishon not to getayvet avoid. So he wanted to fight, to struggle. To have that meaningfulness of fighting and struggling to conquer evil, rather than just avoiding it by heeding the divine word. However, it didn't work. He ate from the tree, he ate the fruit, he took the klipa into himself, and instead of conquering the klipa got to him. Instead of his being able to overcome it, it got to him, it seduced him, and then the second time he was already evil. The second time he was eating because the klipa seduced him. He thought he would wrestle with the klipa and defeat the klipa, but the klipa got him. The klipa got him. He lost. He didn't do it the way God wanted. He didn't do it the way God wanted. He decided to wrestle. He wrestled and he lost. He wrestled and he lost. So that means Odom Rishon not to get that he didn't want to do evil. The Eibishter told him to do like this. He wanted to should be avoided Hashem. So they say what?
Does that answer the question?
Wait a second. So then they say in other words, the whole tikkun hasholem and the uplifting of all the sparks and the just bringing the situation to be such that divine light will permeate all of creation and overcoming the break between creator and creation, restoring the primordial unity, that would all have been accomplished easily if other Rishon would only have done it easy the way God wanted. But he didn't want to do it easy, he wanted a challenge. So they said, avoid it, now you can have avoid it. There's going to be a Torah, you're going to have Torah mitzvahs, you're going to need to mutzizich, you're going to need to get up every morning, put on tefillin, you're going to need to do a lot of stuff for a long, long time. You want to avoid it, now you can have avoid it. That's basically what the Arizal said.
As far as like the question of, you say Bereshis, so that's B'shvil Torah Shenukra Bereshis, then that seems to be before.
Okay. One. Basically, the way the Arizal is going is that when it says B'shvil Torah and things like that, it means the tikkunim, right? The tikkunim which are accomplished by the Torah. So he's saying that those tikkunim could have been accomplished without all the mitzvahs, without us having to